The docking bay of Orion Deep Station was louder than usual. Ships from many worlds floated outside the glass walls. Tall aliens with hard armor skin walked beside glowing beings made of light. Heavy footsteps, sharp voices, and strange sounds filled the air. This place was where the Galactic Council tested new allies. And today, a human had arrived. The human did not walk. He moved forward slowly in a black combat wheelchair, smooth and silent. His legs rested still, covered by a thin armored cloth. His back was straight. His face was calm. His eyes watched everything. Many aliens stopped to stare. Some whispered. Some laughed. "Is this a joke?" One reptile-like alien said, clicking its teeth. A tall insectoid asked with open insult. The human heard them all. He did not react. Across the bay stood Karathina, a young alien officer from a warrior race. Her people valued strength above all else. She had faced monsters twice her size, but when she saw the human, her brow tightened. "This is the human representative?" she asked. "Yes," a council aide replied. "His name is Ethan Cole." Karathina looked again. No weapons in his hands. Just a chair and a calm face. "He is broken," she said, without hiding her words. The mocking grew louder. "Humans are weak," someone said. "Now they send the weak among them," another added. "Maybe Earth is desperate," a third laughed. Ethan finally stopped in the center of the bay. Hundreds of alien eyes were on him. This was the moment where most would bow, or speak fast, or show fear. Ethan did none of those. He simply looked up. "Good afternoon," he said in clear, steady English. His voice was calm, not loud. "I am here on behalf of Earth." That only made things worse. A heavy alien commander stepped forward. His armor was thick. "How can you stand for your people?" She was not laughing, but she was not impressed at that. Ethan looked at the commander. His eyes did not drop. "Standing," Ethan said slowly, "was never my strength." The laughter stopped. Not fully. Ethan turned his chair slightly, scanning the room. He saw the doubt, the insults, the judgment. He had seen it before on Earth, after the war. "I am here," he said, "because you judge strength the wrong way. You speak to warriors." Ethan looked at her, really looked. He noticed her scars, her posture, her control. "I know," he said. "That is why I am not afraid." That surprised her. She studied him now, not as a joke, but as a question. "Your legs do not move," she said bluntly. "In my culture, that means you are unfit for battle." Ethan nodded once. "That is true." More whispers. "Then why send you?" she asked. Ethan did not answer right away. Instead, he tapped something on his chair. A soft hum followed. Lights on the floor flickered for half a second. Only half a second. But Karathina noticed. "So," Ethan said, "you believe battle is only fought with muscles?" "Yes," she said, without doubt. Ethan smiled. It was small. Almost sad. "On Earth," he said, "the most dangerous weapon is not the strongest arm." The commander laughed again. "Then what is it?" "Your chair?" Ethan looked at him. "No," he said. "The mind." The room grew quiet. Karathina felt something she did not like. Curiosity. "You were a soldier?" she asked. "Yes." "And now you are like this," she said, pointing at his legs. "Yes." "Then you failed," she said honestly. Ethan did not flinch. "No," he replied. "I survived." That answer hit harder than expected. Before Karathina could speak again, alarms suddenly rang through the station. Red lights flashed. "Security breach," a voice shouted. "Outer systems failing. Defense grid offline." The station shook. Aliens panicked. Warriors reached for weapons. Commanders shouted orders. Too many orders. Karathina turned sharply. "What is happening?" No one answered. Systems were failing too fast. Then Ethan's chair moved. Faster than before. Screens around the bay lit up. Maps appeared. Enemy vectors. System routes. Weak points. How? Someone gasped. Ethan's fingers moved quickly. Across a hidden control panel. Your defense grid is old, he said calmly. Your command chain is slow. The station shook again. Human, the commander roared. Stop touching our systems. Ethan did not look back. If you stop me, he said, this station falls in 3 minutes. Silence. Karathina stared at the screens. Her warrior instincts screamed danger, but also truth. How long do we have? She asked. Ethan checked the data. 2 minutes and 20 seconds, he replied. Then he added quietly, now, let me show you what I can do. The station did not stop shaking. Red lights flashed across the hall. Alarms screamed in sharp, broken sounds. Aliens who once mocked the human now looked confused and afraid. Strong warriors stood frozen, unsure which order to follow. Ethan Cole stayed calm. His wheelchair locked itself to the floor with a soft metallic sound. Screens floated around him, showing maps, numbers, and fast-moving signals. His eyes moved. From one screen to another, sharp and focused. Karathina stood beside him. She had fought in real wars. She had seen blood, fire, and death. But this was different. There was no enemy in sight, only chaos. Who is attacking us? She asked. Ethan did not look at her. Not who, he said. What? The commander growled. Speak clearly. Human. Ethan pointed at the main screen. An automated hunter system, old design. It hides inside trade routes and waits for stations like this. That is impossible, an engineer shouted. Those machines were destroyed centuries ago. Ethan shook his head. No, they were forgotten. Another violent shake hit the station. A section of the ceiling cracked. Panic spread. Karathina clenched her fists. Then tell us how to fight it. His eyes were steady, serious. You cannot fight it the way you fight wars, he said. You must think like it. The commander stepped closer. And you can do that? Yes, Ethan replied. Because I helped design systems like this. Silence fell again. You built weapons like this? Karathina asked. I built defenses, Ethan corrected. Others turned them into weapons. The screens changed. A glowing red shape appeared, small, fast. Dangerous. That machine is already inside your station systems, Ethan said. It learns every second. Then we destroy the station systems. Someone yelled. That would kill everyone here. Ethan replied calmly. Karathina looked at him sharply. Then what is your plan? Ethan took a slow breath. We bait. It. The commander slammed his fist. You want to use us as bait? No, Ethan said. You want to use me. All eyes turned to him. You are already inside our systems, Karathina said. You would die. Ethan nodded once. Yes. That answer shook her more than the alarms. Why? She asked quietly. Because I am already built for this. He said, I lost my legs in a system war like this one. I know how these machines think. I know their hunger. The commander hesitated. If this fails, it won't, Ethan said. How can you be so sure? Karathina demanded. Ethan looked at her. Because the machine sees weakness. And I know how to look weak. Before anyone could stop him, Ethan sent a signal. Every screen on the station showed the same message. Human system open nitrogen monoxide defenses ACTIV. The station went silent. Then the lights dimmed. The machine reacted instantly. Energy surged toward Ethan's position. Systems tried to shut down around him. His wheelchair shook as invisible pressure closed in. Cut the signal. The commander shouted, No! Karathina yelled, Wait! She watched Ethan's hands. They were steady. Numbers rolled fast. His breathing stayed calm. The machine thinks I am an error, Ethan said. A broken thing left behind. The pressure increased. Pain flashed across Ethan's face, but he did not scream. "Human, stop!" Karathina shouted. 10 seconds. Ethan said. The machine attacked. And then nothing. The pressure vanished. The red shape on the screen froze, then shattered into light. Systems came back online one by one. Lights turned white again. The station stopped shaking. Silence. Then cheers broke out. Engineers shouted in relief. Warriors laughed in disbelief. The commander stared at the screen. "It's gone." Ethan released a long breath. His chair unlocked. From the floor, Karathina stepped closer. "You risked everything," she said. Ethan looked tired now, but his voice was still calm. "No," he said. "I used what I had left." She studied him differently now. Not as a broken human. Not as a joke. As a weapon. "You fought without standing," she said. Ethan met her eyes. "I fight without wasting strength." For the first time, Karathina bowed her head slightly. Around them, the galaxy had changed its view of humanity. And Ethan knew this was only the beginning. The station was safe, but peace did not last. After the crisis, the great hall of Orion Deep Station filled again, this time with silence. Not the loud silence of fear, but the heavy silence of judgment. The Galactic Council had arrived in full. Tall figures sat in floating seats. Old beings with glowing eyes watched from shadows. Every race that mattered was present. Ethan Cole waited in the center, still in his chair. Still calm, Karathina stood a short distance behind him. She was no longer guarding him. She was watching him. A council elder spoke. Its voice echoed without sound. "Human Ethan Cole, you stopped a threat our warriors could not, but one act does not define a species." Murmurs spread. Another elder leaned forward. "Your body is weak. Your success may have been chance." Ethan listened without anger. "We will test you," the elder said. "Not with weapons, not with machines." Karathina frowned. "Then how?" The elder's eyes turned cold. "With truth." The floor beneath Ethan changed. Light rose around his chair. The air thickened. Karathina felt pressure in her head, like invisible fingers digging into her thoughts. "Mind trial," she whispered. "Ancient." The council elder spoke again. "This test shows what a being truly is. It pulls fears, limits, breaking points." Karathina stepped forward. "This is dangerous. Even warriors fail this." Ethan raised one hand slightly. "I accept." The light closed in. Suddenly, Ethan was no longer in the hall. He was back on Earth. Rain fell. Smoke burned the air. Sirens screamed. A battlefield of metal and fire stretched before him. His legs worked here. He was running, strong, armed. "Cole, move!" someone shouted. Explosions hit. His team scattered. Enemy machines swarmed from the sky, fast, cold, perfect. Ethan remembered this. 2. "Well, fall back." He yelled. A blast threw him forward. Pain tore through his spine. He hit the ground hard. He could not feel his legs. Boots ran past him. Someone screamed his name. Then the machines turned toward civilians hiding nearby. Children. Ethan crawled. Hands bleeding. Vision shaking. "Leave me," he shouted. "Get them out." The machines charged their weapons. Ethan reached the control device on his wrist. A last command. A dangerous one. He triggered it. The explosion saved the civilians. It shattered his body. The memory froze. The council's voice echoed inside the vision. "This is where you broke." Ethan looked down at his legs. They did not move. "Yes," he said quietly. "This is where my body broke." The vision changed. He was in a hospital bed. White lights. Silent rooms. Doctors shaking their heads. "You will never walk again. Your career is over. Your war is done." The council pressed harder. "You are incomplete." Ethan felt the weight, the doubt. The pain, but something else was there too. He remembered the faces of the children, alive, safe. No, Ethan said. I am finished losing blood, not purpose. The vision cracked. Now he stood in darkness. Voices whispered, useless, broken, mocked, alien voices. Human voices, the laughter from the docking bay. Carathena's words echoed, he is. Broken. Ethan closed his eyes. Then he opened them. I did not lose who I am, he said firmly. I lost how I move. The darkness pushed back. The council's voice grew sharper. You define strength by survival. We define it by dominance. Ethan shook his head. Then you have lost more wars than you know. Light exploded outward. The trial shattered. Ethan was back in the hall. The light around his chair vanished. He leaned forward slightly, breathing hard. Carathena rushed to him. Ethan. He lifted his head. I'm fine, he said. The council was silent. No whispers. No laughter. The elder finally spoke slow, careful. You did not resist the trial, it said. You rewrote it. Screens around the hall lit up. Data scrolled wildly. The trial could not find your breaking point, another elder said. Only your choices. Carathena stared at Ethan. You faced your worst moment, she said softly. And it did. Not control you. Ethan met her eyes. It already took enough from me. The commander who once mocked him stepped forward. What are you? He asked. Ethan answered without pride. A human, he said. And humans adapt. For the first time, the council rose from their seats, not in threat. In respect. And Carathena understood something that changed her forever. The human had not survived despite being broken. He had become dangerous because of it. Respect is fragile. Ethan Cole learned that the moment the council hall doors closed. The elders had risen in respect, yes. Carathena had looked at him with something close to awe, yes. But respect in the galaxy was not the same as trust. And trust was dangerous. As Ethan's wheelchair rolled slowly through the inner corridor of Orion Deep Station, the air felt different, too quiet, too controlled. Guards stood farther apart than before. Their weapons were not aimed at enemies. They were angled toward him. Carathena walked beside him. Her steps were steady, but her hand stayed close to her blade. Something is wrong, she said quietly. Ethan nodded, yes. They reached a sealed chamber 1 Ethan had never seen on the station maps. A voice echoed from hidden speakers. Human Ethan Cole, enter alone. Carathena stopped. No, he is under my protection. Silence followed. Then the voice replied, calm and cold. He is under evaluation. Ethan looked up at Carathena. It's all right. She turned sharply. It is not, he met her eyes. If they want to test humanity, this is how they do it. Reluctantly, she stepped back. The doors sealed behind Ethan. The room was empty, circular, white light from all sides. No screens, no weapons. Then the light changed. A massive hologram formed in the center, an alien species Ethan had seen only in history files. The Varkeen. A race known for one thing, predators. This is a simulation? Ethan asked. No, the voice replied. This is a warning. The hologram moved. The Varkeen ships burned worlds, cities fell. Species screamed. You stopped one machine, the voice continued. We fear what humans could become, the voice said. A strategist who does not break. A mind that turns weakness into advantage. The light dimmed. Therefore, the voice concluded, we will limit you. The floor dropped. Ethan and his chair fell into darkness. Gravity slammed down. The chair's system screamed warnings. Restraints locked. Power cut to half. Then the lights came. Back on, he was not alone. Across the chamber stood a creature made of dark metal and sharp edges, taller than any warrior, faster than any soldier, a council enforcer. Combat trial, the voice said. No weapons, no systems. Only survival. Ethan exhaled slowly. So this is it, he murmured. Fear dressed as law. The enforcer moved. Fast. Too fast. Systems flickered. You are limited, the voice said. As you should be. Ethan wiped blood from his lip. Outside the chamber, alarms suddenly flared. Karathina felt it instantly. That room is sealed. She shouted. What are you doing to him? No one answered. One wheel failed. He was trapped. Mocked again this. Time with force, not words. The enforcer raised its arm to finish it. Ethan looked up. And smiled. You made one mistake, he said softly. The enforcer paused. Explain. You assumed my strength needs systems, Ethan replied. It doesn't. The remaining power surged not. Outward, but inward. Ethan's neural link activated. The enforcer lost. Balance for half a second. That was enough. Ethan shifted the gravity field again. The enforcer slammed into the wall, pinned. It struggled. This exceeds permitted parameters. Then stop watching, Ethan snapped. And start listening. He leaned forward, breath heavy. You fear me because I already lost what you threatened to take. The chamber doors burst open. Karathina stormed in, blade drawn. The enforcer was trapped, broken. Ethan sat in his damaged chair, bleeding but victorious. Her eyes widened. And you failed. The voice was silent. Karathina stepped beside Ethan and did something no warrior of her kind had done in centuries. She knelt. Ethan looked at her, surprised. She met his gaze. You do not need legs to stand, she said. You already do. Because the hunter had become the shield. And humanity had just drawn a line. The council enforcer lay pinned against the wall. Silent and broken. No one spoke. Karathina stood beside Ethan, her blade lowered, but ready. Her eyes burned with anger, not battle rage, but something colder. End this trial, she demanded. The council guards shifted uneasily. They were warriors, but they were not ready to fight this moment. The council's voice returned at last. It sounded different now. Less certain. You exceeded limits, human. Ethan wiped blood from his chin. You tried to cage me, he replied calmly. I showed you why cages don't work. Silence again. Then the floor lights changed to blue. They are voting, she whispered. Ethan nodded. I know. Holograms flared to life around the chamber. Faces of council elders appeared, some ancient, some sharp, some afraid. Human Ethan Cole, one elder said. You are a risk. Your kind adapts too fast. Your minds turn loss into weapons. Another added, we propose restriction. Human military access to the galaxy will be limited. Karathina stepped forward. You attack him, you fail. And now you punish his people. Ethan looked up at the faces. You fear what you cannot control, he said. That is not survival. That is decay. A murmur spread. One elder leaned closer. And what would you have us do, human? Ethan did not answer right away. He tapped his chair. The room lights dimmed. Then every wall became a screen. Data flooded the chamber. Star maps. Rescue operations. Trade routes protected. Alien colonies saved during disasters. All marked with one symbol, a small blue dot. Humans, Ethan said, are already here. Karathina's breath caught. These are human actions? Yes, Ethan replied. Non-dominant, non-invasive, requested help only. The elders stared. You hid this, one accused. No, Ethan said. You ignored it. Strategists advising without command. We learned long ago, Ethan continued, that forcing strength creates enemies. So we chose something harder. What? An elder asked. Trust, Ethan answered. The council chamber shook not from damage, but from reaction. One elder hissed. That is the risk of trust. Karathina turned to the elders. You tested him with mockery, with fear, with violence. And he still chose protection. She pointed to the pinned enforcer. That thing was made to kill. He turned it into a shield. The room fell quiet. Ethan's voice softened. I lost my legs saving people who would never know my name, he said. If you think humans fight for praise, you do not know us. One elder spoke slowly. Then why show us this now? Ethan met its gaze. Because you are about to make the same mistake, he said, punishing the future for fear of the past. A long pause followed. Then something unexpected happened. Small council species one rarely heard activated its light. We vote against restriction, it said. And us. And us, said a third. The chamber filled with agreement. Karathina felt something tighten in her chest. The elders exchanged looks. Finally, the lead voice spoke. The vote has changed. The blue lights turned white. Humanity will not be restricted, the elder declared. Instead, gasps echoed. Ethan raised an eyebrow. Integration how? The elder hesitated. You will help shape our defenses, our strategy, our survival. Ethan smiled faintly. Not command. No, the elder agreed. Guidance. Ethan looked to Karathina. She met his eyes, and you earned this, she said. Ethan turned back to the council. Then hear this, he said. Humans do not lead by fear. We lead by standing where others fall. The elder bowed its head. Then stand with us, it said. Ethan rested his hands on his damaged chair. I already am, he replied. Outside the chamber, news spread across the station. Across the galaxy. The day the council tried to break a paraplegic human and learned that humanity had already learned how to stand together. The vote changed the galaxy. But change always has a cost. News of the council's decision spread fast, faster than trust, faster than reason. On distant worlds, old powers watched in silence as one word repeated across secure channels. Humans. Ethan Cole felt it the moment his chair rolled into the strategy chamber. The air was heavy again, but not with mockery this time. With fear. Karathina walked beside him, now officially named his guardian of honor. Her presence was no longer questioned. A warning signal echoed through the room. An unknown fleet had appeared, not on the edge of known space. Inside it, the room erupted in noise. That is impossible. An officer shouted, no jump signatures, no energy trace. Ethan leaned forward. They were already here. Silence, hidden in plain sight, he continued. Observers, waiting for the council to weaken. Karathina clenched her jaw. Who are they? Ethan's eyes hardened. A coalition that profits from chaos. The screen zoomed in. Ships with no markings. Black hulls that swallowed light. Weapons too precise for pirates. They call themselves the Null Accord, Ethan said. They erase systems that grow cooperative. The fleet sent a message, not to the council. To Ethan, withdraw your kind, or we will show the galaxy what strength really means. The room fell silent. Karathina looked at him. They target you, Ethan nodded. They always do. Humans change equations. The council elder appeared on screen. Human Ethan Cole, this threat came because of your presence. Ethan did not deny it. Yes, he said. And it will. Not end if I leave. Then what do you propose? The elder asked. Ethan took a slow breath. We stand, he said. Together. The elder hesitated. Against a fleet we cannot track? Yes, Ethan replied. Because they think fear will divide us. Panic spread like fire. Karathina turned to Ethan. Tell me what to do. Ethan did. Not raise his voice. Evacuate civilians first, he said. Always, but the fleet can wait, Ethan interrupted. People cannot. That choice surprised everyone. As evacuation began, the Null Accord struck closer. Energy blasts tore empty docks apart. A message followed. You protect the weak. We erase them. Karathina slammed her fist. Let me fight them. Ethan shook his head. That's what they want. He accessed the station network. Open every civilian channel, he ordered. Broadcast. One message. The screen changed. Across dozens of worlds, humans appeared. Medics, engineers, pilots, teachers, not soldiers. Ethan spoke simply. We are under threat, he said. Not because we attack, because we help. The Null Accord sent another message. This is your final warning. Ethan responded publicly. We will not withdraw, he said. But we will not hunt you either. Karathina whispered. You are inviting them. Yes, Ethan said. To reveal themselves. The humans did something unexpected. They stayed. Every human ship formed evacuation lines. Shield walls. Rescue corridors. No attacks. Only protection. The Null Accord hesitated. Then they fired. And hit nothing but shields and empty space. Their advantage fear was gone. Karathina realized the truth. You are using compassion as a weapon, she said. Ethan nodded. They don't know how to fight it. The fleet's formation broke as they tried to force panic. Instead, the galaxy watched humans refuse to abandon anyone. The council elder spoke softly. This is not war. No, Ethan agreed. This is responsibility. Hours passed. The Null Accord retreated, confused, exposed, weakened. They left one final message. This is not over. Ethan watched their ships fade. No, he said. Now it begins. Karathina looked at him. What is the price of standing together? Ethan answered honestly. Being the first to stand, he said, even when it hurts. The galaxy had seen humanity's strength, not in fire, but in choice. Space felt quiet in a way that made people uneasy. Stations repaired damage. Trade lanes reopened. Councils argued behind closed doors, and humans stayed. They did not claim victory. They did not demand reward. They simply kept helping. Ethan Cole watched the stars from a wide observation window. His chair had been repaired, stronger than before. New systems hummed softly, but he barely noticed them. Karathina stood beside him. You should be resting, she said. Ethan smiled faintly. I am. She followed his gaze. The council is meeting again. Yes, he replied, this time without fear. As if on cue, a signal chimed. Summons Ethan Cole. The Grand Council chamber opened slowly. Elders from every major race were present. Even species that had never attended before now watched from the edges. Ethan rolled forward alone. Karathina stayed behind, not because she was ordered to, but because she trusted him. The lead elder spoke. Human Ethan Cole. The galaxy has reviewed your actions. Ethan waited. You were mocked, the elder continued. Tested. Threatened. Attacked. Yet your response was not conquest. Screens lit up around the chamber. Footage played. Humans pulling alien children from wreckage. Human pilots holding shield lines while others fled. Human engineers refusing to leave until the last civilian was safe. You chose restraint, the elder said. You chose protection. Another elder leaned forward. This confuses us. Ethan nodded. It confuses many. In our history, the elder said, power takes, fear rules, victory dominates. Ethan met its eyes. That is why your history keeps repeating. A ripple passed through the chamber. The elder did not argue. Instead, it asked, why do humans protect those who mock them? Ethan answered without hesitation. Because if we only protect those who respect us, he said, then we are better than fear. Silence followed. Then something unexpected happened. An elder old small, rarely heard rose. In a forgotten war, it said, humans saved my people. They asked for nothing. We remembered. Another stood. And us. Another. And us. One by one, voices joined. Stories surfaced. Quiet moments where humans helped and left without demand. The lead elder raised a hand. The council has reached a unanimous decision. It said. The chamber lights shifted to gold. Humanity will be recognized as a stabilizing species. Gasps. Echoed. Ethan frowned slightly. Define that. The elder spoke carefully. When humans enter a system, conflict decreases, it said. Fear changes shape. Others begin to cooperate. Ethan considered this. That sounds like responsibility. Yes, the elder replied. It is. Another elder added. We offer humanity a permanent seat, not to command fleets, but to guide outcomes. Ethan looked around the chamber. He thought of the battlefield. The hospital bed. The chair. He thought of Karathina. I will accept, he said, on one condition. The elders waited. You do not follow humans, Ethan said. You walk with us. The lead elder bowed its head, agreed. Not as a warrior, as an equal. She knelt, not in submission, in respect. My people taught me that strength is domination, she said loudly. But today, I learned something stronger. She looked up at Ethan. Endurance, choice, control. Ethan felt his throat tighten. She stood and faced the council. If this human is the measure, she said, then humanity is the standard. The word spread fast. Across the station. Across the systems. Across the galaxy. Ethan and Karathina stood together at the window again later. Stars drifted by. Do you regret it? She asked, being seen, being responsible. Ethan shook his head. I regret nothing, he said. I lost my legs once. I will not lose my values. She studied him. You know, she said, my people say a leader must stand taller than others. Ethan smiled. Then maybe, he replied. It's time they learn to look differently. Far away, the Null Accord watched the galaxy shift. They had tried to break a single human. Instead, they had revealed something far more dangerous. A species that did not need to stand the lead, and a galaxy that was finally ready to follow.